Hi guys. Today we're going to be reading this book by Peter Reynolds. It's called The Museum. And it's about a little girl who goes to an art museum. When I see a work of art, something happens in my heart. I cannot stifle my reaction. My body just goes into action. This one makes me want to pose and stand up on my tippy toes. Now I'm all a twirly whirly, twinkly, sparkly, super swirly. Woo! Exhausted. I take a breath. I can't wait to see what's next. I think I'll analyze the who's and what's and where's and why's. I'm starting to feel so sad and blue, heavy, lonely through and through. I think I need something to eat. Those apples would be such a treat. I'm skipping through a field of flowers. I could keep this up for hours. Fragrant, soft, and so delightful. Suddenly, it's all so frightful. I make silly faces at a guy. He did it first. I don't lie. I'm giddy from all these lines and squiggles. I collapse in a fit of giggles. Wait, what's this I see? An empty canvas stares at me. Where's the color? What does it mean? It's the strangest art I've ever seen. Is this a joke? I shut my eyes, and something happens to my surprise. I start to see things in my head, yellow, blue, and green and red, circles, lines, and kinds of shapes, faces, flowers, and landscapes. I open my eyes and look some more at the canvas I saw before. It's mine to fill the way I choose. A purple dot, a pair of shoes, zigzag lines, the deep blue sea, a portrait of my mom and me. No longer blank, it's my creation. What a glorious time I've had. I've been scared, silly, mad, and glad. I'm energized from head to toe, even when it's time to go. The museum's closed for the night, but I know that it's all right. Its rhythm exists in all I see. The museum lives inside of me. There she is, skipping through Starry Night. Today we're going to draw your own museum with your own ideas for your own art. What would you want to put in your gallery? Let's do a little sketch. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to start with a horizon line. And the horizon line divides the floor from the ceiling. So go ahead and draw a horizontal line on your paper. And then we're going to make some pedestals. Pedestals are what sculptures sit on. Okay, let's get this in just a little closer so we can zoom in. All right, so I'm going to start off with a rectangle. You can do a tall rectangle or you can do a short box if you want to. Okay, and then from there, we're going to do 3 diagonal lines. One from these 3 corners. Diagonal, diagonal, diagonal. Okay, let's do it again. Diagonal, diagonal, diagonal. All right. Now this one that crosses my horizon line, I'm going to erase right there. Okay. Now I'm ready to do parallel lines. This line should be horizontal. So this line is also horizontal. Might have to connect that there. Horizontal, horizontal. Go ahead and pause it if you need to. Okay. And then I'm going to do a vertical line back here. Erase again. And a vertical line on the side. And that should give me a rectangular prism and a cube as pedestals for my sculptures. And I can make sculptures of whatever I want. Because it's your museum and you get to pick what the art is going to look like. Maybe on this one, I'm going to do a sculpture of a cardinal. And I'm going to do kind of a funky Charlie Harper inspired cardinal. So I'm going to kind of draw a teardrop shape. But you can draw whatever you want. I'm just going to go ahead and draw. You should draw whatever kind of sculpture you think would be really cool in your museum. Okay, so I have a sculpture of a cardinal, and then over here I have kind of an abstract one, and a picture of a pizza. Now I'm going to put a couple paintings in the back. You can do big paintings or little paintings, whatever you like. In the book, we saw all sorts of famous paintings. We saw Vincent van Gogh's Starry Night. We saw The Screed by Edvard Munch. We saw Still Lifes and Degas' Dancers. For this one, I'm going to do kind of a 3D frame. So I'm putting diagonal lines off the ends of each one of my corners. And then I'm going to go back and do, oops, my pizza should go over top of that because it's in front. And I'm going to do horizontal and vertical lines around the outside edge to make it look a little bit more 3D. And this last one, I'm going to do kind of squiggly lines, I think. But you can do whatever kind of frames you think would look good for your paintings. And then you get to decide what you want to be in your museum. Maybe you'll do landscapes. Like maybe I'll do a little landscape here. And I could make it nighttime, like Starry Night. Or I could make it sunny. Maybe I'll do a portrait, like the Mona Lisa. Or maybe I'll do, I don't know, I'll build a fruit. But you can put whatever in your museum that you think would be cool. What would you, if you had a museum and you were the curator, that's the name of the job for the person who likes, who, the name of the job for the person at the museum who organizes the gallery and chooses the art. If you were the curator of an art museum, what would you put in? Go ahead and design your museum and sketch in all your different sculptures and your paintings and have fun. It's fun to think about being in charge of a museum.